welcome. I'm back in the game room with another video. It's Friday. I'm drinking beer. It's the just over £1 a bottle stuff from Asda. It's like 5.5%. So for just over £1 a bottle, that's pretty good value. I'm only drinking this because it's I had like a 20 quid budget and I spent 18 quid. So then I just got a couple of bottles of this, which has actually put me over budget, but only by like 4p or something. So yes, unfortunately I kind of need people's help with something. If there's anybody out there, should I say, well, they're out there, whatever, because a little bit of background history of me and emulation. I've been emulating since before I even had the internet. I've been emulating when I had a 400 megahertz Saturn as kind of the family computer, which must have been in 1997 or something like that. Basically somebody kind of gave me I think it was Genesis, if anybody remembers that. Basically probably just like the EXE or something. I can't remember whether it was there's a directory for it and all of that stuff. Basically that and Gunstar Heroes ROM. So I had I could play Gunstar Heroes. Then I got the internet, and that was like 56k modem days, and I was downloading ROMs, and it 4 megabytes at a time, and it took forever. But yeah, that's kind of my background with emulation. Currently, when it comes to emulation, my laptop is loaded with emulators. There's like I think it's got MAME on it. I've got some Neo Geo on there, Mega Drive, probably NES, SNES, stuff like that. This computer in here, it doesn't really have much on it at the minute. It does have some ROMs and things kicking around on it. In my bedroom I have a Fire Stick which I side loaded RetroArch onto, and that basically has pretty much every official Mega Drive game going on there, obviously in ROM form, so I can kick back on my bed and play some Mega Drive if I feel a bit ill or whatever. So yeah, that is kind of my background with emulation, and there's obviously other bits in the middle, like installing emulators on hacked original Xboxes and things like that, and on phones, for example. So I'm not somebody who comes into emulation and I don't know anything, and I've never done it before, and I don't even know what emulation is. I'm all for emulation. One thing I do want to say that bugs me, and this is kind of part and parcel to what I'm saying here, what this video is all about, pisses me off when you get these people who are like, I'm all for emulation if you own the original game. What do you class as owning the original game? Because, for example, in my Saturn collection I have a copy of Rayman that doesn't work. Bought it from eBay second hand. I've not owned it from new or anything. It doesn't work. Does that entitle me technically to emulate it or not? It's just a matter of opinion. I own Rayman on the PlayStation. Bought it second hand. I used to own Rayman. I didn't actually buy it. My dad bought it when he bought me a Toys R Us bundle with Toys R Us PS1 bundle one Christmas, and it came in that bundle. So I have had a copy of Rayman that was technically purchased from new, as it was part of that bundle. So does that give me the right to emulate the Saturn version? I have a physical copy of the Saturn game. It doesn't work. I have a second-hand copy of the PlayStation game that does work, and I used to own it back in the day, technically from brand new, even though I didn't actually pay for it. So it just annoys me when people get all high and mighty about emulation, and just they try to justify or unjustify other people or their own kind of emulation things going on. So anyway, this video, I should stop slouching. I look really fucking, I look like I'm melting into the so this sofa, like, especially because I'm sat in the middle, it's not really offering me any support. But anyway, drinking beer. Yeah, so basically I'm currently trying to emulate Saturn, because we've had the whole disc rot thing. I'm sure you're probably sick to death of it by now. Probably gonna like exit this video right now, dislike it first and all that stuff. But yeah, because of that, I'm trying to get an emulator of sorts installed onto this computer in the game room. This computer's pretty decently spec'd. It's a couple of years old now, but it's 7600E with 1060 GTX 1060 and a 32 gig. It's got 32 gigs of RAM as well, so it's more than capable of emulating Saturn. So I was looking at Mednafen, also known as, is it Black Beetle or something, Saturn Beetle, whatever. And I just, well, I can get the actual emulator to work in the sense that the kind of Saturn boot happens, but I just can't get any bin and Q files to work. I have BIOSes and I've put them in the directories and things like people say you're supposed to do. So what I need is just somebody to provide me with a directory folder, you know what I'm saying, with a load of shit on it that actually works. Because what I was getting to when I was moaning about people with their justifying of emulation and all of that stuff is people make these videos and upload them on YouTube, and then it's like, I'm not going to tell you where you get the BIOS files from. You'll have to do that yourself. And I don't know, like, what these people are scared of, whether they think that Sega are going to send in a fucking SWAT team or something to just kick down their door. There's smoke grenades coming through their windows and shit. You know, murders everywhere. All the kids are going to get shot and shit. And yeah, it just fucking annoys the hell out of me. I'm trying to get this emulation stuff to work, and you got the high and mighty and the I'm not going to link anything that actually fucking works. I'm just going to make a video suggesting that I can link stuff that works and then not fucking link it. So I would really like somebody to provide me with a torrent or some sort of direct link to download a Saturn emulator that works. Mednafen's supposed to be, you know, the dog's tits for if you've got a powerful enough computer, which I am guessing I have. I'm guessing you don't need a room full of mainframe bloody servers or something, you know, GoldenEye satellites to fucking emulate this shit. But if you are aware of any other emulators that just do not require, or where somebody's uploaded a build that does not require a BIOS because they've actually put it in the fucking BIOS directory before they've zipped it and uploaded it, please let me know, because it's really annoying me. And the thing that bugs me, the thing that bugs the hell out of me with this is, years and years ago, before Saturn emulation was even a thing, I had a Saturn emulator and I played, I remember playing, was it called Shinobi X, or I can't remember what it's called, Shinobi X or Shinobi Legions in the UK, but I played the Shinobi game on the Saturn via emulator. So I have had many years ago on a computer that is no way near as powerful as the one I have now. That was a 8800, it was a Q6600 quad-core processor with an 8800 GT and probably like 4 gig of RAM. That was a very powerful computer. It's probably like the equivalent computer of this at the time, but compared to this computer now, this would actually absolutely decimate it. So yeah, I just need a little bit of a kind of what's that thing that a bump up, I guess, where you kind of get somebody's foot and you bump, is that what it's called? Bump them up a wall. So I have this big fucking wall. It's like Donald Trump's imaginary wall between North America and Mexico that I just cannot get over with this fucking emulation. It's winding me up. I could waste another 6 hours tonight of my life pissing about trying to get Mednafen to work via RetroArch. The non GUI, if you don't know what GUI is, it's graphical user interface. The non-graphical user interface version of Mednafen, I just don't get anywhere with it for whatever reason. But the RetroArch version got the BIOSes on it. The actual console side of the emulation boots up, but then it's just like invalid ROM. I downloaded 2 ROMs, and well, they've been in Q files, but neither of them worked, which was annoying. So I just need something that works, and yeah, so it's kind of disc rot related, but it's not a disc rot video, so please don't dislike. And if anybody can help me with this goddamn Saturn emulation, then that would be much appreciated. Well, that was probably a boring video, but thanks for watching anyway, if you made it this far, and enjoy the weekend. I'm going to drink some more beer.